What's up, guys? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my PGA cheat sheet video for the American Express. All right, guys, going to start with a quick recap of last week. Cameron Smith won, as you know. I did have Cameron Smith on my sheet. I had him in a couple lineups. Wasn't too high on him, but I still had an okay amount of him. Wish I had a little bit more. There was 30-mile-per-hour winds, which I mentioned in the comments. That were 30. That was on Thursday and Friday, so that really ruined a lot of stuff. When there's that much wind, it's really hard for guys to play. Obviously, like Justin Thomas missed the cut. You don't ever see that really, and then Matt Kuchar missed the cut as well, and he had like an average finish of like 5 in that tournament until that. So the wind really messed up a lot of my lineups, but I did have a couple good lineups with Cameron Smith, and then a couple plays did really good. But Justin Thomas and Matt Kuchar missing the cut really surprised me, but not too much of a surprise because of that wind, so I didn't go play that much. But this week there's not going to be 30-mile-per-hour winds, so hopefully the top guys do not miss the cut. So we're going to start with the course info. It's the stadium course, and they have been rotating with 3 courses throughout this American Express tournament history. So there has been 3 courses. This course in particular is a stadium course. Like I mentioned, it's a par 72, 7,113 yards, 4 par 5s, 10 par 4s, 4 par 3s, and I believe it's top 70 makes the cut. Last week it was like top 65, but maybe it's I think it's top 70 that makes the cut here. Key stats you want to look for: strokes gained off the tee, strokes gained on approach, driving accuracy, par 4 average, rough proximity, birdie or better percentages, and greens and regulation. So let's start with the 10,000 range. You have Sungjae Im, 11,000. Not really much I like up in this range besides Sanjay really stuck out to me. He finished 12th here last year, average finish of 24 in his last 5 tournaments. He's 7th in par 4 average, 9th in strokes gained putting, and he's 5th in birdie or better percentage. I just feel like you can't go wrong with Sanjay Im, and he's at a price where you can definitely afford him in your lineups. Scotty Scheffler and Matthew Wolff both do not have history here. Scheffler has an average finish of 25 in his last 5 tourneys, 7th in strokes gained off the tee, 1st in par 4 average, and 1st in birdie or better percentages. These guys are just really good players overall, and Matthew Wolff has a good current form with the average finish of 29 in his last 5 tourneys. He's 1st in strokes gained off the tee and 4 for 4 in cuts made this season. You can't go wrong with all 3 of these guys in this range, so I'm going to mix and match these 3 guys. I like them a lot. Great stat fits here, so Scheffler and Wolff will be in a lot of my lineups, and so will Im if I can go up there and get them. 8K range. Russell Knox, 8,100. Played him last week, did fairly well. Finished is of 18 and 29 here in his last 2 years. Average finish of 24 in his last 5 tourneys, so the current form's there. He's 6th in strokes gained on approach, 6th in greens and regulation and proximity. So great stat fit. He's playing really well, and I really like that price of 8,100. And then Brendan Todd, don't really love the price here, but he's 8,800. He has awful history here, but that doesn't really matter. Elite current form, average finish of 11 in his last 5 tourneys. That's awesome. 1st in par 3 average, 6th in par 4 average, and 1st in bogey avoidance. So great stat fit for this course. Has been playing lights out, so if you want to get him at 8,800, go for it. He's a decent play. Lucas Glover, 8,200, average finish of 22 here, including 3 top 20s. His current form is poor, but he did top 10 this season, and he does have solid stats all around, so I think Glover's a solid play. JT Poston, 8,500, played him last week. I think he did fairly well. Nothing spectacular, but I believe he did make the cut. He finished 7th here last year. Decent current form, average finish of 34, decent putter, and he's 29th in par 4 average, and he's 18th in birdie or better percentage. Poston's a great play, 8,500. Wish it was a little bit lower, but I'll have some of them. Brian Harmon, 8,600. He has finishes of 23 and 1, and did have a 143 place finish last year at this tournament, the American Express tournament. Current form is iffy, but he's a good putter and good out of the rough, so he's a fine play. Ches Reavie, 8,000. Pretty good course history. Finishes of 28, 36, 12, 21. His current form is poor. He did miss the cut last week, which is a shame because I did like him a lot last week, and he's 9th on strokes gained on approach, so maybe he'll bounce back. I think if he does, he'll be lower owned because he has been playing so bad, but he does have good course history. He does play well in this tournament. 7K range, Harris English, 7,700, average finish of 30 in this tourney. 3 top 10s in his last 5 tourneys, so his current form is really, really good, and he's 20th in strokes gained off the tee. Great putter, first in greens and regulation, and he's 4th in par 4 average, so great stat fit. Been playing very well. I like English a lot, especially at 7,700. Vaughn Taylor, 7,900. This is a guy I really like to play a lot of tournaments. Finished 7th here last year. Average finish of 25 in his last 5 tourneys. 16th in strokes gained putting. 8th in driving accuracy, and 1st in proximity. Great stat fit. Has been playing very well, and I'm going to keep riding him here and putting him into my lineups this week as well. I like playing Vaughn Taylor quite a bit because he's very consistent. Cameron Tringale, 7,100, average finish of 21 in his last 5 tournaments. His course history is unimpressive, but that doesn't really matter. He does have a 14th and 30th place finish, and he has 6 for 6 cuts made this year. I think he's a very good play, especially at his price. I think they're disrespecting him at his price right here, 7,100. I can see him being in low 8,000, so I think you're getting a lot of value on the price. He's been playing very, very well the past 6, 7, 8 months around there. He's been really turned it up and playing really well. So I'm going to keep playing him, especially at that price. I think that price is very disrespectful, and he's a really good play. Adam Long, 7,200, won here last year. Decent current form with a 2nd place finish this season, and he has 8 for 9 cuts made, and he's great out of the rough. He's a okay play, 7,200. You can't go wrong. I think he could make a cut. He's a cut maker. He's made 8 out of 9 cuts. That's pretty good. So Adam Long's not too bad of a play. Daniel Berger, 7,500. Finished 13th here finished 12th last year here. Has been playing well, other than 127th place finish. Other than that, he's been playing very well, and he's 21st in strokes gained off the tee, and he has made 4 out of 5 cuts. Carlos Ortiz didn't put his price here, but I think he's 7,400. Average finish of 27th in his last. Messed that up too. Probably his last 5 tournaments, including a 2nd and a 4th place finishes, and he has solid stats all around, and 6 for 7 cuts made this season. He's a pretty good stat fit all around. Nate Lashley finishes of 12 and 29 here. First in par 5 average. There's 4 par 5s this tournament. There was only 2 last tournament. Lashley actually made the cut, which is what we wanted him to do, and he did it last week. Hopefully he can make another cut this week. They did bump his price up a little bit though. Decent putter overall. Average finish of 38 in his last 5 tourneys, so he's been playing okay, and he has made 5 out of 7 cuts this season. Henrik Norlander, 7,100. He's been on fire. Finishes of 9, 5, 41, 28, 45 in his last 5 tourneys. So just a current form play here. Maybe some value on it too, because he's been playing so well. So I don't know how much I'm going to have of him, but he has been playing very well. So maybe he'll continue to keep playing well in this tournament. DJ Trahan, he's 6,700. Poor course history, but that doesn't really matter. Has been playing very well. Average finish of 34 in his last 5 tourneys. That's pretty good for his price here. And he has made 5 out of 6 cuts this season. He's really getting back into it. He's been playing very well, so I think we can keep playing him here at 6,700. Stuart Sink, 6,700. 20th place finish in his last 20th place finish in his last tourney here. Average finish of 26 in his last 3 tournaments. 4 for 4 cuts made. 4 for 4 cuts made. 3rd in strokes gained on approach, and he's a great putter. So all 3 of these guys can definitely be played. Sam Ryder, 7,500. He's a value play. 2 for 2 in cuts made here. Poor current form, but he did finish 28th in his last tournament, and he has solid stats all around. He's not 7,500. He's 6,500. My bad. But yeah, that's the player pool I'm going with. I believe there's 20 guys here. I usually like to keep it around 20 guys for my tournament. So yeah, let's go over the example lineup here. All right, so in the example lineup, I have Sungjae M, Cameron Tringale, Russell Knox, Harris English, Vaughn Taylor, Lucas Glover. I feel like these are all safe plays. Don't know if I'm going to use this lineup yet, but just to kind of see lineup construction. You could also go with Scheffler, Wolf, are also very, very good plays. And then I really do like this group of 6 guys, though. So just an example lineup for you guys. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys can please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm going to be posting my MMA content Wednesday or Thursday, and if you guys haven't signed up for my Patreon for MMA, make sure you guys do that soon. All the stats and the projections are up there already. So thank you guys for watching, and good luck.